We were talking about Boris Johnson before the ad break, and he's taken the Trump approach of taking directly to Twitter to talk to the people. He's bypassed the media and is just going to speak to the electorate directly. Have a look at this.
A new law tries to force the government to go to Brussels, beg for another delay until 2020, or for as long as Brussels demands. People don't want another pointless delay, but this law is even worse. Brussels could demand that I hand over billions of your money in return for this pointless delay, and I refuse to do this.
This video is about just over 2 minutes, and it lays out, Bernie, the situation with this tactic with the Remainers ganging up together. We've heard Nigel Farage talk about this. Losers' consent. You cannot have democracy unless you have losers' consent. When the losing side accepts that democracy has consequences, and if they lose, they accept it. And the Brexit, the Remainers just refuse to let go. And they have done everything to defy the will of the people, and so far they're winning.
Well, you know, Boris Johnson has total moral justification in doing what he's doing. And, you know, the further he takes this, the better, because if he doesn't win this, if Brexit doesn't actually occur, democracy in the UK, at our mother parliament, is in peril. And that is the simple fact of the matter. I mean, the people have voted. You know, I just can't believe what's happening over there. The people have voted. They've made it very, very clear what their position is. Now, it's up to the politicians to implement that, as has always happened here, and up until now has happened in the UK. What is so difficult for these people to actually follow the direction of their masters? You know, the electorate are the ones who are supposed to be telling the politicians what to do, and you can't be any more direct than passing a referendum
biggest
question.
Vote
in
British history.
Huge vote, yeah.
How do you see this? Do you think there will be a election before the October deadline, or are they going to just drag this out?
Well, they're going to try and drag it out as long as possible, and that's always been the intent of the Remainers and the political class, and as you said before, the break the swamp. They, from day one, after the vote occurred, they never had any intention at any time, in any place, in any way of ever letting Brexit happen. And so they invented this idea of the no-deal Brexit, deal or no-deal Brexit. Well, there's no such thing as a deal Brexit. There was leave or remain, and leave means leave, it means no deal. That is what they voted for. So the political class has concocted this whole idea, which is completely fake, that they need to strike a deal with the EU, with Brussels, which is completely false. So I think ultimately Boris Johnson will get it done, but it'll be very difficult for him. He was not, by the way, someone who was always on top of and in support of Brexit. He was a Remainer, and then when he saw the political tide turning, he changed, but he's probably the right man to get it done.
Well, he'll want to get it done because the people are angry, and there are plenty of Labor voters, and we'll look at that later in the show. There's just some of the demographics there where Labor seems to have done a 180. They went to the last election saying if we win, we'll implement Brexit, and now they're doing everything to frustrate it. But I think what we all want to know is, what does Warnie think about all this?
And the second thing is, you've made the decision, it's done, get on with it. All this procrastinating about all this stuff, just get on with it. Boris is good, everyone's great, get on with it. It's a great country.
Warnie.
I'm with Warnie.
He's more sensible than most of the British media class there.